What's your name, girlfriend? What's your name? 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 Yeah. What is your name? What do you...
Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chastity. For those of you who don't know, today I have an amazing estate sale haul for you guys. A few months back I went to the viral Moroccan estate sale that was in San Marino. If you hadn't heard of it, unfortunately it's already happened. So there's so many things that I want to say about this estate sale. It was my first estate sale in a long time. I originally saw it posted on, someone posted about it on TikTok, and then I went and did further research. So I did go and find the full listing for that estate sale on estatesales.net. I looked at all the preview pictures, and I always do this before I go to an estate sale. I look at the preview pictures and I essentially pick out 1 to 5 things that okay, this is what I'm going to that estate sale for. And so luckily, actually, at this estate sale, the one item that I came for was actually there. So I'm so excited to show you guys what I got. Let me give a little bit of background context. This estate sale I knew was going to be extremely popular. Like I said, it went really viral on TikTok. They were releasing the address for the house at 6 a.m. and somehow people found the address before that, but I wasn't that deep in it. I got my butt up to go there at 6 a.m. I actually was gonna do more like a come with me to an estate sale video, but I ended up waking up late and I ended up rushing to get my butt over there. But I still did record some contents of the house. I'll insert some clips. The house was so beautiful. As the title suggests, it was a Moroccan styled house. The architecture was so beautiful. That's one thing I love about estate sales. Even if I don't end up finding anything or liking anything, I can still enjoy the architecture of the home or actually learning about the person who lived there or the family whose stuff is being sold. So in this case, I did find out that it was a woman named Francine Katz who lived there, and I think her husband built the house for her, if I'm not mistaken. And she was fabulous. She was fabulous. I saw numerous pictures of her in all of her clothes. She had so many nice clothes, pantsuits, and most of them were custom. So she was really that girl. I got my butt over there. I thought I was early. I woke up at 6 a.m. to go. I drove over there right when the address was released. They started handing out tickets, I think at 8 a.m. And somehow I still managed to be number 217.
Punch my mama in the knee.
I was so mad. I was so mad. And I was like, nothing that I'm looking for is going to be there. It's all going to be sold out. I did decide to stay and wait in line because this just wasn't an estate sale I could miss out on. So I waited in line almost 2 hours, blazing heat. And guess what? The damn air conditioning decided to break once I got in there. I got a few things, not as much as I usually get at an estate sale, mostly because their prices were actually terrible. While they were pretty unique pieces, most of them weren't any sort of specific name brand. Like I said, most of them were custom or tailor-made clothing to her. She definitely had a very unique style, a very specific style as well. It wasn't broad fashion that anybody could find a piece that would work for them, So I definitely feel like the pieces shouldn't have been priced as much as they were, but hey. She had kaftans galore, and although I really wanted one, they were starting at $100 each. I was not doing that for a kaftan that looks like, one I can get from Ross. Sorry. I also luckily ended up going both days. I went both Saturday and Sunday. There were a few things that I left behind on Saturday that I was like, I hope they're still there tomorrow, because on Sunday they did 50% off everything. So I just prayed to the estate sale gods that they would still be there, and what was meant to be was meant to be. Without further ado, let's get into the haul. So starting with the clothing, the first item that I got was this knitted shawl. It has a ruffled trim around the entire thing. It's super soft. I'm not sure what exactly the material is because it doesn't say, but the tag just says George Smith Ltd, made in Canada. Another reason that I thought that the clothes should not have been priced as much as they were is because a lot of them weren't even in good condition anymore. This one was, I think, $35, and it has holes in it. Maybe what are those things called? Moths or closet mites or whatever. It has holes in it in the back and some small stains, but nothing I can't fix. I still thought it was worth it for what it was. So I got the shawl. I got this really, really cute tartan or plaid skirt. It's like a midi skirt length. It has a fringe detail on the ends and then 2 buckle details on the hip and waist. And then I actually found the matching scarf to the skirt. The next item is probably my favorite out of everything that I got. This is the one item that I saw in the previews and I was like, I need that. That is what I'm going for, and I got it. It is this gorgeous giraffe fur print bag, and it's kind of giving briefcase actually, but it is so stunning. Like the detail on it, and I believe it's real like pony fur. It is damaged in a few places, like here, just missing some fur, but I still thought it was worth it. And actually, I didn't notice this until after I had already bought it, but the back handle is also broken and coming off of the bag, but nothing a little bit of glue can't fix. They had this bag listed for $150, and unfortunately for the condition that it was in, I just couldn't justify spending that much on it, no matter how bad I wanted it. So this was one of the items that I left on Saturday and then decided, okay, I'm gonna go back, and if it's there on Sunday, then I'll get it. It's fairly obvious that it was waiting there for me. Next, I have this beautiful hat box. It was the perfect size for the hat that I ended up getting, so I had to throw it in there. But the hat is really what we need to focus on. Like I said, I was number 217 in line. There was quite a bit of stuff left, but the hats were in fact like rummaged through already, and most of the good ones that I had liked in the previews were already taken. I still tried to find the cutest one I could for what was left, and I got this beautiful straw yellow hat, and it has this open design around the rim, and I just thought it was so pretty. Oh my goodness. Please, somebody take me to the Kentucky Derby or something. Like, this is so stunning. This is definitely something my grandma would have loved. This is eating. And I love how versatile it is, wearing it on the back of my head or the top, or, you know, tilted. I just think every way I style it, it gives a different vibe. So I feel so, I don't know, in tune. I feel like every person who added a hat from her collection into theirs, like a piece of her soul is with them, and I absolutely love it. That was everything that I got from the clothing room. Once I finished in the clothing room, I pretty much went through the rest of the house, grabbed a couple knickknacks, so let me get into those. I'll start with these two. I got these two beautiful feather pens. The first one is white, and it has this like just really pretty intricate design on the bottom, and they're both ballpoint pens, and they're actually out of ink, but I can easily replace them. I checked when I was there, and it just twists off at the top. But these were too like bougie not to get. Like, are you kidding me? And sitting on my desk like this, they were fabulous. And then this one is blue, and it has a little like cushion box on the bottom instead. And then the feather on this one is kind of, you know, falling apart, but I think I can fix it, so I'm not too worried. They had these both listed for $20, but like I said, on Sunday it was 50% off. I did get these on the second day, so I got both of them for $10. The next things that I got were these two perfume bottles. The first one is this one. This is so stunning. Oh my goodness. I've never seen a perfume bottle like this before, and I think it was only $10. Like, this was one of the few well-priced things. It has a little squeeze ball on the end. I don't know what perfume was in here, but it smells good. This one, oh my goodness. Look at the detail on that. It's like marble at the top with a seashell detail on the handle. It was so beautiful. I actually got last minute. It was on the holds table, and as I was checking out, there were a few things that like they didn't have prices on them, so you had to find somebody who was working the sale and ask for a price. I asked for the price of a different perfume bottle. It was too much, so I ended up putting it back. But she was like, oh, are you collecting perfume bottles? Because she saw this one in my hand. There's another one on that table if you want it. I was like, oh, isn't that the whole table? And she was like, yeah, but it was one of the first things that got put on the whole table, and it had been like 3 hours since the person put it on the table. And she was like, I'm pretty sure they left, so I was just gonna go put it back, but if you want it, you can have it. I was like, I'll take it. I think she also gave this one to me for $10, so she wrote me up a little ticket, 10 for this one and 10 for this one. Now, here they are together. I feel like, I'm not sure if I like the black handle on this one. I like it on one hand because it matches that one, but on the other hand, I feel like it should be the same color as the bottle, like how this one is black with a black handle. But I don't know. And the last thing that I got from this sale, which was probably the second best thing I got, is this stunning fan mirror. Let me give you a close-up of the detail. And it has a bow on the bottom, which actually also acts as a stand. Now this one, I was surprised to even find this. I actually had a fan just like this in my Etsy cart, and also pinned on my Pinterest board. So when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. They did have two. I'm one of those people that like my decor to be symmetrical, so I actually was gonna get both, but then when I looked at the price tag, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And this was the day that everything was half off. It's vintage, and if you are interested in a fan like this, like I said, they do have a few on Etsy and on eBay. But yeah, that was the last thing I got. I absolutely love this estate sale. I feel like it really pushed me back into that kind of shopping. Like, I love thrifting, estate sales, flea markets, all of it. I love it, and I haven't been in a while just because there's been so much going on with my life, and I haven't really felt like myself, which is another reason why I wanted to start making these videos again, because it's like an outlet. It's like, I love fashion and I love yapping, so if I can put two together, why not? So I'm excited for future videos because I can guarantee you I will have more and more estate sale hauls coming in the future. I also was extremely grateful to go to this one anyway, because I met people at this estate sale who told me they came from like hours away. That was some dedication. The estate sale, I think, opened at 9 a.m. and it went until 3 or 4 p.m. By the time I got in, after waiting 2 hours in line, the line was all the way at the end of the block, and the tickets were, I think, at 600 something by that point. There were definitely people who got sent home, who were told to come back the next day, who had waited in line all day and then weren't even able to go in, and that has to be extremely frustrating. For me to have been able to go both days, like, I just got lucky. It's also just something that's brought back some fond memories. I used to go thrifting all the time with my grandma as a kid. Thrifting, estate sales, everything secondhand. She was the queen of that, and she passed recently. So I just feel like whenever I go thrifting now, like, I always think of her, or I always just, you know, feel some sort of connection to her, and it's like a bittersweet pastime for me now. So I'm gonna be going into that way more, in addition to my regular like shopping hauls from like regular stores. So if you're into that kind of content, please stay tuned. I will be pushing out videos as much and as fast as I can. Thank you for watching all the way till the end. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.